Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome, everyone, to the Hexagon TTRPG. We're back with another week of the Eye's End, episode 9?
Question mark?
Possibly.
Look, doesn't
What
matter. We're
is
just having a
time?
good time.
Yeah, what is going on? Already episode 9. Let's do a quick little mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2,
Everyone,
1, 2.
One, two,
sing
one,
your
two.
beautiful
4,
songs.
3, 4.
Hello, hello, hello.
La, 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 la.
Okay. Did that sound good to everyone?
Hopefully.
As good as it could be. As long as everyone can hear everyone. All right. Hey, guys. How's it going?
I'm ready.
Good.
Pretty decent, honestly.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm so
Beautiful.
ready.
Well, that's all I need to hear. This week, we're going to be starting with Taurus. He had just stepped through a magical cloud that whisked him away to a strange tower with a basin of water about an ankle deep. There you found 12 archways and an endlessly tall cylinder above you. There was a few belongings to one of your companions, Neslin, that you discovered nearby. And just as you were collecting them, a flash of light began to build from behind, casting your shadow long in front of you. The crackling of energy, of electricity, and as it grows, so too does the light, and your shadow extends out even further. And you hear a voice goes, Taurus, how nice of you to visit.
Does it sound like a voice that I've heard before? I think I must have.
Well,
Oh no, I
maybe
think Irea
not
heard it.
necessarily, maybe a little bit. Who are you thinking of?
Well, I know who it is. I think I know who it is. But
Spoilers.
it kind of sounds, I don't know. I guess it would sound a little, I don't know. But I don't want to turn. I
Okay.
just
stand
look
there.
at my shoulder
Hmm.
so you can see the side of my face.
You can tell by your shadow that the light begins to kind of maybe move away from how close it was from behind. And you hear the voice. It's relatively loud and booming, but it's also trailing slightly as it moves through this tower. And you can hear him go, I was quite surprised when I heard that it was Kalastra's firstborn son that was the conduit in the family. Who would have thought? And then you hear, if you remember from last week, the inside of this tower was a bunch of panels that were rotating and sliding and changing positions. All the different floors kind of shifting and moving, like a strange cylindrical Rubik's Cube, but on the inside of the cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you hear crackling energy kind of ricochet off the walls, and you see one maybe pass above you about 100 feet up. It zaps the wall, and these panels start moving.
Can I, instead of answering this man or woman or whoever this may be, can I make an Arcana check and try and tune myself into this strange place and see if anything feels familiar, looks familiar?
Okay.
I would cast a spell, but I don't want to. I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay. Go ahead and make an Arcana.
It's just a straight roll. +0. 5.
You have no idea anything you're looking at. Even the way this sound sort of echoes in this room feels strange. You can see down into each of those archways, and it's just sort of you can look down. You have dark vision, and it's relatively dark, but it goes on for like each one feels like endless, peering down into it. The whole place just feels a little alien.
Who are you?
You see this strand of energy kind of appear out from the side of your peripheral and in front of you. And there's like this globe that sort of opens up, and the energy is crackling white and blue. And the differences in the shades sort of create the semblance of shape. And so you see what looks like the stalk of an eye kind of open up and appear at you. And he goes, I am Xanabin. But you already knew that. Tendril reaches back up, and this huge gargantuan ball of electricity floats back down over the basin and turns. The front of it sort of opens up, a massive eye that peers at you, and a crackling grin appears on its face.
Is this a physical eye or another kind of...
The whole of this Xanabin is comprised of electrical energy. It is a beholder that is made of electricity. And it is gargantuan. It is 30 by 30 feet.
Wowzers.
Big boy.
You monster.
No. No compliments. And you see, as he gets closer to you, maybe about like 10 feet above you, he begins to shrink down to about the size of a large creature.
I'm gripping onto my weapon, using all my energy to not just lunge out and strike. I think I even take a step back.
Yeah. You take a step back and he kind of brings himself up a little, like sort of follows you a little bit. He's looking intently at you with his one massive eye, and the tendrils of electricity come around and they're all like staring at you, analyzing you. And he goes, what was it like touching the pentil? Its power. Describe it to me.
Where is my friend?
The Dragonborn.
Yes. Where is
Do
she?
not worry. Your companion is fine.
Where is she?
Kind of spins her back around to look at you. And goes, I'm afraid you're not the one who can be asking the questions at the moment, Taurus. So tell me, what was it like interacting with the pentil? I must know.
It was nothing but pain. Pain that a creature such as yourself could never understand. The pain of losing those who mean the most to you. People that you've never gotten the chance to truly get to know. Being torn from this world to protect others from the likes of you. That's what it felt like.
Yes, a terrible, terrible fate for all the peoples of Irea, isn't it? At least you can take comfort that you were one of the last few to touch such power.
I only did so that I could stand before you and show
And
you
here
the
you
light
are.
of the resistance.
Really? Go on then. Show me. Everything you've worked towards.
I do another Sith scream.
Oh,
Lunge.
shit. Okay.
like the loose, like the braids that I had in my hair, like loose
Mm.
from battle, and they just completely come out with this spin and jump in the air. Just try and strike at him.
Go ahead and attack.
Okay. I mean, you're not gonna believe it, but it's a natural 20.
It's a nat 20.
Natural 20.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Ooh, nat 20s already.
Holy moly. First,
It's not
No,
pink
you rolled
dice
an
in
arcana.
action. Oh, not
It's
even
not
the pink
pink.
dice.
not the pink. Okay. Okay. I believe it. I believe it. Describe your attack.
Oh goodness me. I think it's just that. I jump and I spin my blade wildly, and it's like it's the heavy war axe that I had changed it to, and I'm still not used to the weight, and it takes me a little like too far, so I spin back around. But I've done this kind of move before, and so I just use the extra momentum now to bring myself back around even closer, bring the blade in closer so that the axe can hit and strike true. And strike through his middle eye if I can.
Beautiful. Yeah, and you stab straight into the eye, and the entire form of this beholder kind of like splits in half as the energy kind of dissipates and erupts throughout the room, bouncing to all the different kind of panels in the walls. And you hear a as it all flashes away. And you hear a the energy begins to collect back over the pool, and out from those panels, electricity begins to merge again and form into the gargantuan beholder again. Kind of rolls its eye and looks at you and goes, "Oh, very, very good. A shame it barely even hurt. Now, have you had your fill? Or will you indulge me in some conversation?"
Speak now.
So demanding, Taurus. I want to know more about the reasons of your people. You know, I tried to talk to your mother, Calastra, on multiple occasions about bringing her and her people into the fold, and she always refused. She had sickly ideals of her own. Worms, ideas passed on through the generation that carved their way into her mind. Tradition. And what good did it bring, Taurus? At least you knew better. You ended things.
What do you seek to accomplish with the power you have and the power that you're trying to obtain?
Obtain? No, Taurus. My only goal is destruction.
And you think I will join you for the simple goal of destruction?
I do. Shrinks back down to a large size. Kind of floats down a little more to your eye level. Bits of electricity kind of scattering through that pool. You're not standing in it, are you? Like in the water, like you stepped out of the basin?
Well, I like wherever he was hovering, I guess I
Yeah.
would have landed in that spot to strike him.
Yeah, well, he kind of like came up behind you. I'll say that you're just outside of it.
Okay.
And he had like floated down, then you carved through him, and then he reformed over it. So he's like a little ways away from you at the center of the pool. And he goes, I do think you'll join me. Not that you really have much of a choice. It would be far too much of a waste not to use you.
Then allow me one final rite before you do whatever it is you plan to do here.
Hmm. Well, now I have to hear this.
It is the final rite of all male drow. We must take an oath to the weave and to those who used it before us and those who may come after us. I am lying right now, Peter. I'm going to try and cast a spell and let him and have him let me do it right in front of him.
You're trying to freaking deceive this guy? Whoa.
So convincing every time.
Okay.
I was fully believing, like,
Me
what
too.
ritual is he talking about? What?
I'm so intrigued.
I'm like, oh wow, this is like some cool lore, you know. He's dropping some lore, and it could be too, you know. But you're pulling from your experience.
Yeah.
Can you make a deception roll? And for your spell, what are the components? Because if you're trying to do it stealthy, I will also ask for a stealth roll. But the stealth is going to be a disadvantage because he's got a bunch of eye stalks and they're all staring at you.
It's V and it's S and it's M as well.
Okay.
Vism. And it's one action. Is he gonna let me start it, or are we rolling? to
But
see-
we'll roll the insight and the stealth,
Okay.
and then we'll see what happens.
Okay. Insight first is 18 plus -1, so 17. Oh, there's nothing I can do. 11 for deception.
11 for deception, and the stealth.
The stealth was, what was it? 17? Oh wait, stealth, or I thought you said
Oh, sorry, no, the second one was stealth, right?
the second one.
The 11.
The first one was insight. Was I supposed to roll insight?
Did I? Oh,
thought you had
sorry.
said
Did I say insight? I meant deception.
Okay, so the first one was I guess that would be a 21 then.
Okay.
Or do you just want me to roll it? Okay. So the first one's a pass, the second one's a fail. You know? So okay, I said the second one was the deception, so we'll keep that one.
Okay, sorry, I
At
got confused
11.
because I was rolling an insight. But
So okay, yeah. So the deception is it's probably a fail on 11. And what was the other thing I'm supposed to roll? I'll just roll it again. Just so
stealthy.
and that's even worse. 6.
Okay. You are able to cast your spell, but he rolls his eye and all his eye stalks roll.
Very well.
So what do you cast?
I'm like speaking it in my Elvish language. I'm going to locate object. I don't have locate person or find person, but Misha right now is a statue, and so I am hoping that the magic
Misha's being objectified
her
again.
Literally. As an object. Oh my god.
If it's within 1,000 feet of me.
Yeah, I think you're there, like trying to be real discreet about it, and like maybe weave it into like what you're saying to him.
Mhm.
And you cast a spell, and nothing happens. No reaction.
Does it feel like I'm in his? I've been in a similar ray once before.
Yeah, he's staring right at you.
Okay.
He goes, "What's wrong?"
Well, Xanabin, you speak as if you know me. You call me by name. You refer to my mother. Then you must know that I won't simply stand here and let this happen. And I just turn around and run into one of the tubes as fast as I can.
You start running.
Jesus.
Okay. I think as you start running, you just hear, "Oh, come now, Taurus. Let's make this easy for the both of us." And you're just gonna see a bunch of flashes of different light from behind you. I'm gonna need you to make me a series of
Oh yeah.
rolls.
Oh yeah.
First one is a dexterity saving throw.
I got you. Oh God. 10.
That's a fail.
Of course.
Yeah. So as you're running, suddenly you get hit by something in your back, and then all your movement is like you're like slowed down, like you're moving through molasses, and you're having a hard time rushing forward. The next one is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh my God. 13.
Okay.
Aren't you a paladin?
I know. I'm just rolling so bad.
All right. So you take 36 points of damage
Easy.
as another one hits you. The next one is a strength saving throw.
9.
Oh no.
Oh.
You start like falling over after getting hit in the back. You're in pain, and your feet just like kick off the ground, and now you're just sort of like floating in space, sort of just slightly lifting off the floor, moving very slowly, rotating, almost like you're in 0G. Can you? The last one is
Someone give Taurus a
well. I mean,
boost.
you're incapacitated now, so I think you.
Hit me with everything, baby. Come on.
And the last one, can you make a dexterity saving throw, but at a disadvantage? Do you automatically fail if you're incapacitated?
Good question.
Automatically fails strength and dex saving throws.
Oh,
Oh,
here you go.
beans.
Yeah. Okay. So you're floating, and then all of a sudden you start to turn to stone.
Oh God.
One of us. One of us.
The energy kind of just like zooms in front of you and appears. You see Xanabin in front of you. And he goes, "This is really your final hurrah. To join your friend who you wanted to save so dearly, turn to stone to become part of my collection forever."
Oh, can you even speak with all these effects piled up? Or just grunt at him.
You're not fully stoned, so if you want to like try and talk to him, you can.
Strike me down, and I shall become more powerful than you. No.
Wow.
It's turning full Sith now. Here's the scream now.
I'll
Do
just-
it.
No, you will die.
Good lines deserve to be repeated.
I'll just say, you'll still never get this power that I have.
Oh, Taurus. And he kind of like shakes his whole head. He's just like a floating head, right? So, and you follow his gaze, like your whole body just like gets launched up hundreds of feet up into the empty space in the tower. And as you kind of just like halt in space, suddenly he appears in front of you again in just like a moment. And he looks at you and he goes, "I do not want your power, Taurus. What don't you understand? You've done more for me than the entirety of my army. You nullified the Pental with your own power. You and I are more alike than you think. Your sister, too. She has good ideals. She did not succumb to tradition. And he looks at you, and one of his eye stalks comes down and fires off 3 lasers at you, and your petrification starts to subdue. You're slow, like you sort of come back to regular speed. And the pain that you had felt suddenly feels better, and you heal the 36 HP
Ooh.
that you took.
What is this?
I will say it once clearly while you are listening. I am offering you a deal. I will save your friend Misha. I will turn her back to normal, bring her right to you. But in exchange, you must do something for me. The same way you put an end to the Pental. I need you to do to the lands far to the east, in Vitrolan. There is a forge of spells there that I wish to be destroyed. And as you're a conduit, you will make short work of it.
You must return her to the rest of the resistance. Otherwise, it's all for nothing. If you just save her and leave her here, you might as well just kill her, because she will never give in to your requests.
Perhaps not, but I'm sure that you can persuade her. I'm no idiot, Taurus. You will not be able to do this alone. You will take your resistance members and you will lead them there, and you will destroy their holy land.
You don't leave me much of a choice, do you?
No, I don't. And if you do not do what I ask, then I will force you to. And your friends will have no choice to stand in your way.
No. Never. I will do it, but my own way. I will not let you take control of me.
Good. Good. I thought you'd put up more of a resistance.
Let's see.
I roll.
Eye rolls.
He lowers you down into the pool. And you hear him again go, good, 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 good. Very good. Floats back down to you. And he goes, well, you have some time to wait. When the cloud arrives, you can go.
I want to take this time that I'm close to him. Is he still just made of light?
Yeah, he's like made of electricity.
Can I make like a whole ass insight check, survival of like everything that's happened with him, of like his abilities that I've seen and the stuff that I've been affected of? And like see if I can, if I know like what the spell is from experience, and what the abilities are from experience or reading, or
Okay.
I want to make like a whole mental checklist of like everything that he's shown me of his so far.
Interesting. Well, I can just tell you straight up that you remember fighting beholders in the past. You know that they have anti-magic cones, or what they look at is susceptible to their anti-magic. The eyes can shoot different kinds of rays that have different effects on people. You saw your sister be charmed, and she couldn't help but go swimming for a while. I'm pretty sure you've seen people get levitated and things like that. So you know that he's a beholder, but you don't necessarily know if he's like tangible. It seems like he can travel like electricity, like lightning, just sort of appear in front of you, move quickly. Those are the things that you've noticed. If you want to learn more about them, I would say that an Arcana would probably be your best bet.
When I hit him, he did say that, like, he said something like it barely hurt or something.
Mhm.
Did it feel like I actually made contact with anything?
Yeah, it felt like you ruptured whatever was holding this energy together, and it dispersed, but it quickly came back together.
13 Arcana.
Okay. So I think that maybe you're a little overwhelmed with all the different kinds of magic in this place. His whole being is magical. Every ray that he shot out was a different kind of magic. You sense that there's other magics imbued in him, maybe not necessarily just whatever's keeping him together, but other spells that he might have on himself. But the specifics, it's all just sort of a jumble of energy.
Damn. Okay. I bite my lip, and I don't taunt him any further or try and do anything. I just think to myself, oh, fuck. What am I going to have to do?
You see he's zapping the walls and doing like weird things before sort of coming back down to you. And he goes, by the way, I'm still curious about the Pentu. I would very much enjoy it if you went into more detail. Considering now that it is a lost art, be ashamed to not document its inner workings.
I think you are smart enough that I've said yes to your request. But I'm not an idiot, and I will not give you everything that you want. Not without anything in return, or perhaps more painful means of extracting said information. We're not friends, Xanabin, but you have put me in a corner, and so I will sit in it. But I will not clean your you don't have shoes. I will not do as you please.
A shame. Great, great shame. Such a shame, really. And I certainly don't enjoy your seriousness, Taurus. No. We must do something about that. Right quick. Come, let us see your friend. And in the process, let us extract what information you tried to keep within that head of yours. He's going to levitate you over the pool. And he's going to drop you down into it. And you're just going to like slap into it, but then pass through into the water. And you feel yourself in the water, and it feels like something grabs you by your legs, by like your feet, and then like spins you around in the water. And as you're being spun around, suddenly you come out of the water, and you're just standing upright. And you're in another basin, in another room. But instead of 12 archways, there's only 4, and it's rather smaller compared. And you look up, and there's just like this beautiful like glass window that's like letting in sunlight into the room. And Xanabin appears over the basin and kind of grabs you and sort of pulls you along down one of the tunnels and whisks you into a room and drops you down. Inside the room is a study of sorts. There are great long tables strewn about with all manners of scrolls and papers and diagrams, strange artifacts and magical tools on the desks. There's great bookshelves filled with all sorts of material. Alchemical stations with tubes and glass, and one of them is actually active, and you see a short little halfling working away on something, who turns and recognize it as the crazy little halfling that attacked you in the alchemical factory. He turns and double takes and immediately stands to attention. Goes, Xanabin, I was not expecting you here right now. Goes, yes. Prepare a potion quickly for the petrified one. And he looks at you, Taurus, and goes, sit in the chair over there. And against one of the walls, there's this chair hooked up with all sorts of like tubes and wires that lead up into the ceiling. There's like a clear like metal dome thing that can like come down on top of like whoever sits in the chair.
Misha's not in the room, right?
She is in the room. On the other end of the room, she's just propped up against the corner.
They're reading storybooks to me.
Oh, I don't have all day, Taurus. And he just levitates you into the chair.
Ah! Oh, damn it.
Is it his size chair or halfling size chair?
It's like a medium-sized creature chair.
Gotcha.
I have the potion to put her back. Your man here is useless.
What? What? You stole from my factory?
Don't you speak to me, you vile human creature.
How dare you speak to me like that? Oh, you'll see what's just going to happen to you. It's going to fry your little brain.
Joke's on you. I have no brain.
Are the two of you done? Good. Now, Taurus, this won't hurt very much. Close the thing down on you, and straps kind of like sort of pop out from the rests on the chair and tie you down in place. But right as that happens, you hear a voice at the doorway. And it goes, please don't do this. And an older man steps in. He's got a big, wide-brimmed hat, the tip of which is so long that it comes down and wraps around his neck like a scarf. It's got beautiful blue and white robes. All the way down to his feet, long white beard, round spectacles on his face. He comes in. We don't need to resort to this kind of activity. Can't we just ask him politely? And William's just there, like staring, and looks at the ball of energy and just walks back over to his desk and starts creating a potion of some sort. The ball of energy, Xanabin, looks down, looks up, and goes, fine. Take your time. And he disappears.
Old man, Please,
Oh,
you
you're
must
right.
help.
He comes over to you and unties your straps.
You must help me.
I will. I will help you.
Are you under
Let's
his...
help your friend first, shall we?
Yes.
Good. He walks over to William, puts his hand on his shoulder, and he goes, "That won't be necessary. He already has the potion." He goes, "Well, I could whip one up real quick. It'll be easy." He goes, No, it's fine. Now come here, Taurus. Would you mind doing the honors?
Of course. Sorry, Misha. Pour it on her stone lips.
It kind of trickles down, and then a crack starts to form all across her face and down her body, and then all the pieces just sort of begin to slowly crumble off. The remaining of your senses, Misha, all sort of flood back to you as your muscles start to tense. You can feel them again. You're able to sort of move and push your way out like a hatchling, kind of digging their way out of their shell.
Beep, 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 beep.
And you crack out, and you see in front of you Taurus.
Oh, I'm not dreaming, am I? I pinch myself. Ah! Taurus! Taurus, you're here!
Misha.
And I lunge for a hug. Just
Yeah.
like a massive, so just like crushing. Taurus, it was Xanabin and
Yes. Lisa. I don't know where to begin, but we must speak to this man. And I'll turn to him.
Hello, Misha.
Who are you?
Well, I am Xanabin.
Huh? But you don't sound like the one I heard.
Well, you must excuse my other half. He can be quite focused. Yes, he has a lot to do and a lot to accomplish. We must let him do that. But his methods can be a little bit too, forceful. Perhaps we can talk over some tea. A little bit more of a comfortable setting.
Are there going to be any biscuits or scones?
Of course.
Boris, can we trust this guy?
You know, the first Xanabin that I met is now probably with our ally. So it's not the first time we've met somebody who's called themselves Xanabin, but didn't mean us any harm.
Yeah, wait. Hold on a second. I'm not very good at math, but if he said that he's the other half, and I heard a different one, and there's Smokey, that's 3 Xanabins. What's going on here? Well, how did you split up anyways?
Well, I would like to explain all of that to you. I think I owe it to you. Yes.
Well,
I don't think we have much of a choice, Mister.
I guess you're right. There's
Well,
no one else.
you actually do have a choice.
Huh?
You can come with me now, and we can talk about it. But if you wish to leave, you can.
I mean, this sounds like
I suppose that's not entirely true. Apologies. You can leave and live within the city. But your days as the resistance will be over.
the city. That's
Yes.
right. Where did you take? I guess we should go with him, Taurus. Get as much intel as we can, and I could go for some treats too. I'm kind of hungry and tired from being stoned. Haha.
Yes.
Joe would be happy with that joke.
must be famished.
Lead the way.
Fantastic. Come with me. We will go up to my office. He leads you out of the room and makes his way back to the room with the basin. He steps in and goes, I hope he was not too rough with you, Taurus.
Nothing I haven't handled before.
Well, I'd hoped that I would have stumbled upon you before he had gotten there, but he's far quicker than I.
Surely you must control him. He seemed to listen to you.
Well, we heed each other's words, but we are all very much our own Xanabin.
Do you have the same goals, though?
Yes, we do. Perhaps not the same methods, but there are things that only he can do, and there are things that only I can do. And so we must make the best use of what we are capable of.
Could you share that goal with me in more words than just destruction?
Oh, of course he would describe it that way. I suppose fundamentally what we seek is destruction. But it is not the destruction of everything. Actually, we're quite opposed to that. It's quite a heavy topic, but he steps into the basin. He goes, would the two of you care to join?
Just step in?
Yes, it's very shallow.
Tip tap. Step
All
in.
right. This is your first time. I do suggest you block your nose, perhaps your ears. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And the three of you get kind of flipped upside down by your feet. Something grabs you by your feet. You get plunged into the water, underwater for a second, and then you get spun back around. And when you come back out of the water, you're standing upright. And I should mention that you're completely dry too when you come out. It's like all the water stays in the basin, just kind of.
He's just bewildered by that, looking down at her arm or whatever. What the?
You're standing in a what looks like the top of a tower. There's slanted ceilings that come to a point, and gorgeous windows that let beautiful light spill into the room. As a circular room, similar to the setup of the last one, there's clearly desks with all manner of scrolls and paperwork on them, great bookshelves that kind of follow the curvature and the angle of the walls, but somehow the books, even at the top where they clearly should be falling out of the bookcases, are all sort of just stayed put, unmoving. Several not rounded, but sort of arched tables strewn about in a circle form on the outside of the basin, kind of line it. And there's great sort of magical crystals and artifacts that are placed throughout the room, boards that have all sorts of writing and schematics and notes, studies, and the jumbles of wizard studies and things like that.
So there's no archways in this place, though.
There's no archways, no.
Gotcha.
He sort of squeezes through between two tables, and there's a little bit of a divider hanging from the ceiling of a curtain. He pulls it, and there's some nice leather sofas and chairs around, a little area to have coffee or tea. And he goes and he sits down and dusts himself, sort of pats himself off and goes, that's much better. He rolls up one of his sleeves and takes out a little wand, and you see he sort of swishes it. And out from behind some books, a kettle sort of drifts over to the tabletop and rests down. 3 cups kind of present themselves, and the teapot just starts pouring, and you can tell the hot liquid is coming out.
Ooh. He's just giddily, like clapping, like ooh.
Apologies, Taurus. Could you repeat the question?
Yes. What is it that you wish to achieve? What is this
Yes,
goal that
destruction.
you share?
Destruction.
Yes.
Well, plain and simple, our aim is to destroy magic.
Ha!
Surely you're joking.
No, why would I be?
That's, I mean, almost the entire world is run with magic. There's beings made of magic. How can you just destroy magic?
You yourself use magic, do you not?
I do. And I love magic more than anything. But
So
it is a necessity. Magic, it is dwindling. It is dwindling, and if we continue to suck it dry, just like sucking on this mason jar, we might be left with less than just not magic. Do you mind if I give you a lesson? I feel it would be much easier to explain the situation.
kind of sounds more like an opinion than a lesson, but
No.
she picks up a tea.
I've studied this my whole life. My mentor, Grant Duell, he
Your whole lives. There's 3 of you.
well, yes. Yes. At the time, there was only one of us. But we studied our whole lives about our very world and our place in reality. Searching for the source of magic and what it meant. What we discovered is that magic is not native to our world. We are gifted it via a tap. And this tap, if you could imagine, it passes through our world and through many others, connects them even, and fuels them all with magic. And it has been this way for eternity. But this knowledge, this information, came with it answers that we were not ready to learn. Answers we were not ready to understand. You see, Grant, he discovered that our world should not exist. Yet still it does. Why? Well, the leading theory is because of magic. Something is keeping our world alive, far past its expiration date. And despite all that, we are coming to a point where if we dwindle it all, if we, again, suck it dry, then we won't only lose magic, we will lose everything. Everything will collapse and crumble.
Why do you want that? Is it not good that it thrives right now?
It is not thriving. It is drying out. Destroying the taps, destroying our access to magic, will prevent our world from truly ending.
But
How
you
do-
say it will end without magic, that magic is keeping it alive. So either way, we're done.
You just
Oh,
want to
no.
speed up the process.
No. Oh, I'm out of practice. pulls up a board. I wish I could actually draw for you guys right now. This would be awesome if I had that set up.
Can't wait for that.
Maybe for next time.
Board game.
There's a board right next to you, my good friend. In the real world.
All the way over there.
The whiteboard.
Give us a stretch, bud.
Well, you got to return a posture check for that, okay? Okay. Okay. Let us start this lesson over. Taurus, what don't you understand?
If one way the world ends now, and the other way the world ends later, even if it's worse, it is both an end. So is it not better to just let it live on a little bit longer and everything come to an end either way?
No. You see, that is what I'm trying to explain, is that on one end, you have the end. But on the other, if we... Destruction is not the right word. We are trying to destroy the taps which allow us access to magic. If we destroy those taps, we might not have magic anymore, but we will still have a world.
But you have just said that magic keeps the world from being destroyed, that without it, it would have been destroyed further. Are you saying the world itself will still pass through the magic, but we will not be able to access it?
Exactly. Yes. The magic that is keeping the world held together at this moment, it is unclear why it is in effect. Something out there. And I've searched for those answers, but they elude me. They elude me. But I
So,
want things to keep on going. What a shame it would be if everything were to just suddenly end. And I could do without magic, despite my love for it, everything that it's taught me, all of the accomplishments that I have been able to do. I would still give it up.
but you can't make that decision for the entire world.
Correction, I couldn't. Then I turned myself into a beholder. And it became much easier after that.
Yes, but what my friend meant to say is that perhaps you shouldn't, even if you have the power to. It is not your right.
A great researcher once said to me, just because you could, doesn't mean you should.
I've read that passage.
All thoughts I went through on my own. And still, I would not change my decision.
And what if someone came along and robbed you of that decision?
It's not possible.
Speaking of possibilities and whatnot, but you know it. You know it is wrong, and yet you still do it. Admit that, at least.
I will admit that. I will admit it. But while I am alive, and while I can do something about it, I will. For all my love of my mentor, when he learned of such a thing, he wanted to do nothing about it. Said, that is life. That some things come to an end. All things, really. But to see all his efforts, all of my efforts, my siblings, the city we've built, the history of all the civilizations that have come before us, to see it all just disappear for nothing. No, we can keep this world alive, even if it means sacrificing magic and the luxury that comes with it.
And what of the lives that now stand before you, trying to protect those who will be lost in this effort? Are their lives worthless?
They are certainly not.
Then there has to be another way. We don't need war. We don't need these invasions that you've been, well, you or your counterpart have been taking part in. We can speak to the leaders all around the world, open their eyes to this, and come to a decision together.
I disagree, Taurus. I tried, time and time again, tell the others, to warn them. Congreth refused to close the veins of fire. His relations to the plane and its king were far too great. Black iron, far too valuable. Calastra refused to release her hold of the pental because of her traditions. She even tried to make me her husband. She wanted me to have a child with her. Simply for my power, of course, such is the way of Duhar's tradition. Most powerful magic user must bear a child with the queen. I refused,
What's
naturally.
Calastra?
My mother.
And your mother was no different. When faced with the impossible decision, what did she do?
What she did was wrong.
It was wrong because she did not understand. She could barely even control the pental. If she had half the power you had, it would have turned out completely differently.
The only reason I have the power that I have is because I was selfless in my use of it. Sorry, the tea was hot. It's burning my tongue. I did not enact my will upon the pental so that it could do what I wished. I gave the power of the pental to the people that were within its power so that they could make the decision themselves on what to do with it. And thus I became what you call a conduit.
And there's no take backsies.
No.
Not in this world.
Exactly.
And Taurus, you've become one of my most valuable assets in doing so. By doing what you did, enacting your will upon the pental to disperse its energy across your peoples, you shut down that forge of spells, that tap, the very tap that I'm explaining. You closed it yourself.
Did he close it or disperse it? Is it not just amongst his people now?
Whatever residual energy is amongst its people, but it is no longer a funnel. Unless Taurus returns to Dewhurst and reactivates the pental himself, I have no fear that it will ever come back too.
Then why not join us? Allow our wills and our thoughts to mold with yours, and together perhaps we can become conduits for all the taps. That way we can have them off as you wish,
No,
and we can turn them back on if we need.
no, Taurus. I cannot. I cannot join you. If I would, I could. If I could, I would, I mean to say. I
Can't you?
cannot.
Is it your will or is something else preventing you?
No, I am just trapped within the confines of the tower. I cannot leave. Nor can any of my other parts.
Well, there is one Xanabin that is within our party.
Yeah, he's been traveling just fine. So I don't know if that excuse works for you. mister.
Hmm.
Speaking of which, do you
Wait,
know...
wait.
Oh.
I'm very curious about what you've just said. It caught me a little bit off guard. This little one, which is a beholder,
Smokey!
Smokey.
Yes.
How interesting. Well, that is quite interesting.
Seems you've been open to a new idea.
Yes, with all your knowledge, there are still things that are outside of your grasp. And yet you wish to make this ultimate decision for the entire world. And yet the existence of one beholder baffles you.
It surprises me, that's all. I'm surprised it's still alive.
Or perhaps there are more surprises out there for you.
There have been many. AR has been exceedingly surprising in being a thorn in my side. And the resistance, you've certainly surprised me in how much of a help you've been.
We have not helped you. Not willingly, at least.
Whatever we do is not to help you. It is to help innocent people. People who have no idea that they're going to be a part of this horrid scheme of yours. You're hurting innocent people. How long is that going to go?
Not much longer now. Soon it will all be over. And when it is, I too. A beholder is a magical being. It will cease to exist. The struggles and strife of this war will come to an end.
So will many lives, many other magical beings that would just be gone. You're willing to sacrifice them?
They would disappear regardless.
And I think if they were to disappear, that should be their choice. What you're saying, it sounds like murder, plain and simple to me.
I suppose it is.
You seem very smart and agreeable. But if you are unwilling to speak with us and listen and find another way, if you are so easy to just murder innocents, then no matter what tricks you have up your sleeves, we will not follow you willingly. And that thorn will become much more than just a thorn. It will become a blade, and then it will become many blades in your side until you are split apart.
Even more than you already are.
I go in.
Fist bump.
Sips on his tea. Oh, it really is quite hot.
God.
Well, then perhaps you'd be willing to help me do it better.
You
No
said
more
we've
innocence
already
killed.
helped you. Maybe we can do so willingly.
Perhaps. To Vitroland, then?
Did I overhear that when I was still stoned? About
Yeah,
the
you would have
plans?
heard it.
Yeah. Well, Taurus, you're okay with that?
He says we have a choice, but do we really? If
Doesn't
it's
feel
going to happen, maybe we can make it so that no more innocent lives need to be lost in the effort.
I believe you. We'll find a way. We won't give up on finding a way, unlike someone who's given up on the world.
I'm fighting for the world, Misha.
No, you're fighting against it.
Well, one day you'll see it.
Well, do we need any preparations?
I suppose I can tell you a little bit more about Vitrolan.
I'd also like to know more about where we are too. That's the only part I'm a bit confused of. You said a tower this city. Which city is this?
Oh, you're in the city of Xarn.
We're all the way at Xarn?
Oh, yes.
What the hell is on?
Xarn
You're asking
is
me. I'm
all the way across the continent.
the bottom left of us.
Whee! Yeah, so just for
Oh,
reference,
shit.
Windrow's all the way up here, and Xarn is all the way down here. So you are in the top of the tower of Xarn. Now, Xarn is a three-ringed city that was said to have collapsed. It was like basically a massive tower with three huge platforms. Essentially, each platform it's like own cityscape. And the middle ring was said to have been destroyed at the start of the war.
Oh yeah, there was that one shot you that. Yeah, okay, I remember now.
Yeah. But you guys are in the top of the tower. That's all. That's what Xanabin tells you.
Holy moly. Well, I certainly hope that your basin will help us get to Vitrolin, because that's quite the trek.
Well, at the moment, the cloud is hanging over Windrow. So if you care to return, if you care to return back to your companions, I could have you back in Windrow. But I think it would be quite a shame not to have some confectionery before leaving.
Don't have to tell me twice. And I
Mhm.
would like to reach over.
Waves his wand and out from behind some books, a little platter of different little pastries. One of those like three plates on a little
Oh yeah, the tea.
thing, for those like tea and biscuits,
Cupcakes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got three layers of different things on it.
I must say, as much as I detest you, you have quite the taste. And desserts.
Yes. If we had met before I transformed, I think I'd be a lot more receptive to your feelings.
Xanabin, would you mind taking your confectionery in another room before we depart? I'd like to speak to Misha alone.
Oh no, I think that whatever you have to say to her, you can say in front of me.
Xanabin, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to go in that territory.
What were you about to say?
Well, I don't know if this will help deceive him or not.
Detect thoughts.
Should I? Oh yeah, I can do that this whole time. I'm so.
No, I mean Xanabin's doing that to you.
Oh, okay. Well, in Misha's thoughts, she's like, if I just pretend this is a confession to Taurus, maybe he'll give us some privacy.
He goes, no, if we're to work together, if I'm to understand you better, then I should be present. Go on.
Beans. Well, this is quite a pickle, Taurus.
Yes, and I like.
He like sits to the edge of his seat so he can kind of like look and be sort of part of the conversation.
You have to understand it. If this was any other situation, I would be at arms with our enemy, but it feels pointless.
Oh, I heard what happens too. Lily was there. You didn't have much of a choice, and I just thank you, and
Oh,
we'll find a way.
I think that's the best course of action. And I even like open myself back up to Xanabin. We can work with you, but we can still at the same time stand against you. So know that though we will be honest with you and we will try to have our goals aligned, we are not your friends, and that we may share sweet treats together. If the
Very
opportunity comes to stab you in the back, I will take it without hesitation. If you cross us.
Good. I would not have it any other way. And
Very
like
well.
that, where hey,
Oh, you know what would go great with this? I pull out some jam.
Yeah. Jam,
oh,
jam, 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 jam.
Just wait until you get the fresh jam, bro.
Oh.
I
No,
can't
I think-
wait.
Yeah,
The
do you
water on
try
the rock
giving him jam? You didn't try giving him jam. Maybe that'll change his mind.
Yes, oh, what kind of jams do you have?
Ooh, I believe I still have some chamomile with me and some blackberry.
Never thought Xanabin would be saying that, did you?
I absolutely love jam. You know, there's a town not far from Xarn. It's called Gruel Town. They make the most scrumptious gruel.
Wow,
They call it gruel. It's very much similar to jams.
the juxtaposition of the names is intriguing.
Isha. Come on.
What? Sorry. Grr. Yeah,
All right.
fist bump.
All right. Well, I do have more I'd like to tell you about Vitraland. So, another lesson. This time, let me do it properly. He gets up and kind of begins pushing tables around and stuff, and pulls out squeaks a board on wheels out in front of you guys, and he takes out a piece of chalk and he starts scrawling on the board, and he goes, all right, so what I was trying to explain before is that our world is like a disc, and then you have other worlds like discs on top of the discs, and then the taps, they pierce through like this, and he draws it all out and starts going into detail as we fade away from the tower and make our way back to Windrow. Sorry for the wait, folks.
Thank you.
We got
That was beautiful.
Shira, Albrecht, and Edmund on deck. How you doing, boys and girl?
You know, greasy.
I know. Yes.
I collect myself after all of our weird encounters and saving civilians that I didn't know were civilians and all that jazz. Where are we? What is our goal at the moment?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Look,
So, Edmund, you had just helped bring the dwarves that were out in the lake.
Yeah, and I got that stupid drunk with me. What was this?
You got, yeah.
You got Inky with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, an inky. He's an ink
got
pack now. He's
inky.
kind of like wrapped on my back.
You got a baby Bjorn for him.
Yeah. He's like flood.
It's my baby,
He's a little
Bjorn. The baby Bjorn.
baby Bjorn. Yeah, he strapped onto your back. Shira, you were in the square with Lyria and Albrecht. Or Lyria had gone. Albrecht's not there?
we, Lyria and Albrecht at least had gone into the tower. That was the hideout of the group.
Yeah. So you had gone to the
Deep-Eye
guild wall, and there was the tower of the Deep-Eye
true.
Guild. And Lyria had, she had unlocked the door, gotten into the office at the back.
Found another door.
Yeah, found another door that was locked, got in, and then found a safe that she
True.
tried to unlock. And So she had gone in. Albrecht and Shira, are you guys in there with her, or are you just like waiting outside?
I'm definitely in the tower itself. I might not be in the office, but I'm looking around the tower just for something.
I would be curious, especially if it's an office, because there might be documents.
Papers.
Papers,
If
books.
there aren't any documents, that'd be a bad office.
I mean, I can hope.
Yeah, inside the office there are
Secret
definitely
stash?
Could be a front.
there's papers and stuff. Lyria is busy
Mm.
fiddling away at the safe. The main floor, the entrance sort of has like a small little reception area, and then the main portion of this floor is like it's like a precinct. It's sort of set up like a precinct, but there's like big bulletin boards posted with all sorts of jobs and things on them. Several desks of maybe a few Deep Eye Guild members that have offices set up here, and you notice that in the corner of one of the corners there's like this raised platform, circular raised platform with sigils on it.
Oh, curious.
And you guys notice it when you walk in. So Albrecht and Shira, you guys can both make me investigation or history checks just for like as a knowledge, like recollection. You're outside in the square, Edmund, with Ambro, who's the drunk that you're with. And he's just like stumbling around. I think you guys are actually on the magic carpet. And he goes, would you like some? And he hands you like a flask of his.
Nah, I don't want your smelly drink, dude.
He smells it. Oh, it's splendid. It's absolutely
Okay,
delicious.
maybe I'll try some after you give me my gold.
He's got his lips on it. And he's like pulling away from you, like, and he's like drinking it all.
No, wait, I want to try it. I like lean in on him.
Yeah, you start like pulling on him, and he like does like he's wearing like this little vest, and he kind of like and like slips out of it, and you're just like holding his vest, and he's just like drinking it, and he's just shirtless.
How dirty is the vest? You know what? I'm just gonna put it on. I don't care. I'm just like
a little sweaty, especially around the collar. It's pretty damp. I mean, he was also in a sinking ship.
True. I'll put it on.
You put it on, okay.
This is mine now until you learn to share.
Yeah, he finishes and he goes, oh, it actually suits you.
Oh, does it? I've been looking for something new. I got the hat and, I always got this greasy tunic, but I need something really to, like, bring it together,
I see. Yeah, well, you take my hat as well. He's got, like, this little hat. It's kind of like a, typical, like, gnome pointy hat, but it's really short. And he just, like, takes it off and puts it on.
Freaking smack that shit out of his hands and be like,
I already got a hat, dude. This one's great. It's got flaps and holds my goggles.
He watches his hat fall and he goes, you think we could go? Can we pick it up?
No.
I don't want to get sunburned on my
We got
head.
things to do. Albrecht told me to go save you guys. Now I'm kind of lost. Who's in charge around here?
Oh, that would be me.
God damn it. All right.
Do I have a way to communicate with everybody else?
Not really.
Raw dogging it.
I'm like, all right. Where's command, dude?
Well, kind of looks around and he goes, just down there in the square seems like a good idea.
All right.
I do go to get his hat because I feel kind of bad.
Oh.
And my hat means something to me, so it probably means something to him.
I'm like, don't let this get in your head, dude.
Yes,
And then drop down
only
to the
on my
square.
He gets up, sort of like sits to the edge of the carpet, even though it's probably not that hard off the ground, and just like scuttles off and then like falls and lands on his feet. And then you see he kind of like reaches into his like pants, he has like a back pocket, he pulls out another flask and
I thought that was gold.
I got excited for a second. I'm like,
all right, just take me to whoever's in charge, dude. Oh, well, you said it's you, but like
Well,
whoever's actually
I was in charge of my fleet, but then we sank, and then I think Rockran took the others. They've all seemed to have left.
All right, we're gonna go to this Rockran dude. Where would he be?
I don't know.
Shit.
Probably wherever the commotion is. Maybe the gates.
All right, the gates.
freaking scoop him back up.
Oh,
onto the
wait.
carpet.
And he kind of like does like a little like spin out of your grasp. He's like, he can
so
be really
slippery.
slippery when he wants to.
Are they the same height?
Yeah, well, no, I feel like Edmund's probably shorter.
I'm super small. I feel
Yeah.
like-
3 feet.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
he's like 3 foot something. This guy.
Oh, I'm slightly bigger. I'm like,
like 310.
He's very squat, but he's really like super freaking wide.
Such a short dwarf.
Yeah.
It's okay, Edmund. Your hat gives you an extra like 5 inches.
yeah, it does. All right, yeah.
Wait.
Yes.
Excuse me. You're part of the resistance, is that right?
Sorta, yeah.
Oh, I'm friends with the resistance.
I don't care, dude.
No, I
Get
would
on
love
with it.
to see my friends again. Well, they have to be around here someplace. He starts looking around while drinking.
I take his flask, or try to take his flask.
Okay, all right. What are you gonna do to try and grab it? Or make a sleight of hand?
I'm gonna try and like distract him, then have like Inky go like behind him
Okay,
and grab it.
sure.
Or actually, I'll have Inky distract him, and I'll try and grab it.
Okay, so you can either make a sleight of hand, or you can make a deception at advantage.
I'll do sleight of hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, that's a 26.
26.
Damn.
Wow.
Holy shit. Okay.
So
Well, wait 1 second, because he just rolled a nat 20.
Oh!
Oh shit.
But wait, I just want to double check his bonus.
You can't take a flask from this door.
Yeah.
This drug. The
Sacrilegious.
flask is my life. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Load.
Okay. So I mean that's so with his bonuses he has 28.
Oof.
So he does his little like whoop, 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 spins around again, kind of like a Super Mario spin, you know.
Inky flies off him back onto my shoulder and be like,
What is up with this dude? Oh my
He's like
God.
dizzy, like, oh my, oh, I got to be careful.
All right.
is there like a big landmark around that looks like it has the most commotion? Is it the gates, or is there, or actually
The gates
Let
are
me-
very far.
let me commune with my god. Let me dig in and be like,
All right. I know there's some juicy something around here.
and I'll kind of channel through Inky and see if he could give me some direction on where the biggest, I guess, technological disturbances, or
Okay.
something of the like.
Okay, go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Ooh. Oh, that's only 13.
13. Okay. I think you use Inky like a spellcasting focus, kind of,
Mhm.
you know. You're sort of like feeling the magical energy through him, but as you're doing that, you hear faintly in the background of your mind and Inky kind of like looks around the square and he sort of stands in place, but does like a 360 looking around. And as he's going, he sort of turns and he stops and sort of juts his head out, kind of like a pointer dog, you know?
All right. That's direction, little guy.
Yeah. And so when he points, you're in like this big open square. It was previously packed with people. And it's sort of been trampled. There used to be like a beautiful little section of like garden and, you know, scaped flowers and things like that. And so in front of here would be the docks. And so you're faced away from the docks and you're looking at this like huge wall. It's not really a wall. It's just an assortment of buildings like storefronts all laid out next to each other, kind of like a strip, bit of like a strip mall. But each building is radically different from the one next to it and all have very distinct designs and looks to them. And they all have big emblems on the front of them denoting like the type of shop that it is. Or in this case, the type of guild that it is, but Edmund doesn't necessarily know that.
Just symbols, baby.
Just symbols. And so he's just pointing out in the direction of this wall, essentially.
All right. Hey, dude. I know where there's some good liquor. Come with me. We're gonna go find it, and you can tell me a bit more about who's in charge and what's going on around here.
Oh, yes, of course. Anything for the resistance.
Yes, yes. Resistance, liquor time. Hop on, dude.
Oh, no, I know exactly where the liquor is. And he starts like prancing off in the direction of
No, wait.
one
This
of the
is special
storefronts.
liquor.
It looks like a giant, like the front of the store looks like a giant barrel, and there's like the huge double doors to it. The top of it, there's like the symbol, and then underneath it, it says Sconies.
Scones?
Sconies. And he just starts like bouncing away towards it. He's very quick too. He's got like incredible movement speed.
I don't got time for this. I'll remember Sconies. Actually, yeah, I'll remember Sconies, and then I'll go towards where Inky's telling me.
Okay. In the meantime, inside of the tower, which is one of the buildings on the wall, which I'm just going to dub the guild wall. And so there's one in the middle is like an inverted tower. It's like a narrow pyramid, but flipped upside down. And so Albrecht, you're inside. I had asked you guys, I think, for some rolls.
Investigation or history.
Or history, yeah, just to recall some information.
And I already rolled them. And I remembered that I had a boon. And I rolled, my first roll was 12. And then my second roll was a nat 20, baby.
History queen.
Let's go.
So I got a 25 in total for investigation.
God damn.
Give me the good stuff.
Damn.
That's beautiful. So you have like a flash of memory in your mind of stepping onto a circular sigil like this of runes back in Dewharst in the temple arena, and you had stepped onto this platform with a bunch of your companions, and you remember clearly being whisked away into like stone prisons. At least I think you were there. This was a long time ago. I'm just going to say that everyone was there for that. I know Albrecht was there for that.
hope I was.
Either way, you remember that. You remember that these were essentially this runic sigils for like teleportation circles that they were using in Dewharst. But the same design is here in this tower for some reason.
So this is a portal to someplace. I don't know yet where. It could be Dewharst, but it could be anywhere else also.
Also, I'm going to say just with that roll that you can come to the understanding that this is a tower, but right now you're on the main floor and there doesn't seem to be any stairs that lead upstairs.
Oh, this is the way to go from floor to floor. All right. It's a lift. It's a lift, a magical lift. All right, then I just have to figure out how to use it. I'm just gonna step on it. See if it brings me up.
All right. You step on it and nothing happens.
All right, there's a mechanism I need to figure out here.
Out from the office, though, Lyria is going to pop out. She's going to have a few things in her hands. She's going to have a ring of keys. There are 6 keys on it. And there's also like a green stone that is also has like a little hole that's been fed through the ring. And it's just dangling on the ring. There's a small little notebook, leather notebook of sorts. And there is a dagger, a silver dagger.
Okay. So I'm for sure most interested in the notebook, but the keys are interesting. Like, what could they open?
She comes up to you and goes, I found some things in the safe inside of the office. Apparently it belongs to a guild lord named Xarn. And then suddenly your ears perk up and you guys hear a outside, a sudden like screech of an animal. And it would sound vaguely familiar. You have known Lyria's pet for quite some time.
Yay!
We're under attack again.
She hands you all the stuff Shira, and she goes, "Oh, I nearly forgot. I did not forget. I must go find Uranos and make sure he's okay. I will come back." And she dashes out to go search for Uranos.
Okay. Well, I will first open the letter notebook.
Okay.
And just skim through it, my specialty.
Yeah. Just go ahead and make an investigation.
All right. 1 sec. And this is not as good as last time. An 8.
An 8. Okay. So yeah, you skim through it. You sort of flip through it quickly, and you notice that it's like logs written by this Xarn fellow. So just different logs, probably of.
I want to check the last one.
The most recent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You flip to the end, the last one.
If not, you can send it to me later. It's not a problem.
No, I just don't remember where I put it. But I got
from the top of your mind.
I got this. It mentions that it goes day XX or whatever day of the year and whatever month.
Yeah.
All that in the whatever this fantasy world is. I haven't done that.
Okay, give me a timeline. Is it within a week of us being here, or is it within a month?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll get that information. It goes, I've gathered together a few guild members. I'm going to take them into the desert and find this princess myself. We'll take her out and claim that bounty.
Okay, I get it. So this is that dude's logs. Got it. I forgot his name completely. It sounded familiar, but makes sense.
Yeah, wait a minute. I remember that guy.
Okay. Then I will check the keys. Do they look anything specific, or can I see immediately where they might fit? Any sort of drawers that are locked, or
that stone's likely for something. It's a key to something. It's on a key ring. Do you see anything magical around that you can use it on?
Wait, because I thought it was like a ring of keys, 6 different keys.
Yeah, so it's like a big.
But there's a magical stone. There's a green stone on it too.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like a little emerald hanging off it.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Albrecht. Hey, Albrecht, you know more about stones than me. What is this? Why can you figure out this?
Shira Stones doesn't know about.
Oh, I know. Shush.
Shame.
I don't have the affinity for it.
It's a rock fact.
It's on a key ring. It's likely a key.
Rock fact.
Oh, could this be for the teleporter somehow?
If there is a teleporter in here, I assume so.
Yeah, come here. It's similar to that one time we're in the arena, way back in Duhars. And
You mean when we went into the prison cells?
Yeah.
Right. You can do that yourself. I'll stay out just in case it happens. The same thing.
Yeah, PTSD. All right. Well, you just have to put the key someplace, and I'll go on the portal and get teleported. I think, right? Or do I have to put it someplace?
Yeah, you just step onto it.
Yeah, I'll step on it. Do I have to hold the keys myself?
Are you holding the keys?
I wanted to give it to Albrecht so he sends me away somehow.
Oh. Well, you hand the keys to Albrecht, you walk onto the circle, nothing happens.
Okay, I have to hold it. Give me the
key. You need the stone for it to work, I assume. It's like going to a locked door and not using the key to open the door.
All right, when you put it that way, I do feel pretty dumb. I will take the keys, and if I don't come back in 20 minutes,
I'll knock the power down.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Good, all right.
And I'll send myself away.
All right. You step onto the circle with the stone, and the stone begins to glow, and then the sigils begin to glow, and you see Albrecht Shira's form slowly just dematerialize. And Shira, you feel yourself, and you're in another room. There's a row out in front of you. You're standing sort of like in a hall, and on either side there are cells, and there are 5 cells.
All right, I check the cell.
Shira, are you here? Are you
Can I
in
hear
the
him?
tower?
Yeah, if Albrecht's screaming that, you hear it muffled below you.
I maybe try to tap the ground hard, so maybe he hears
And just like
underneath.
stomp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
think,
he hears some bass.
Yeah.
All right. I don't need to raise the tower.
I check the prison cells.
Yeah, I think as you start stomping and you turn, you hear a coming from further in one of the cells.
I sneak and check it out.
You sneak, okay. Roll a stealth.
Okay, let me. Just give me 1 sec. Oh.
I would say in the meantime, though, Edmund,
I got
you weren't
19.
that far away. You're presented with the entirety of the guild wall. So you have an option of several places to go to, several storefronts. The one in the middle is like a big black inverted tower. It's like a upside down pyramid. And then there's a series of ones cascading on its right and left.
I'll get to the storefronts. Be like, all right, Inky, where are you getting that feeling, buddy? Where's the ticks? No, ask him again, and I'll look around to see if I feel something or if I see anything different from the buildings.
Well, what you notice right away is that the doors to the tower are open. The doors they've just been left open. You actually would have seen Lyria sort of sprint out of them a little bit earlier.
Oh.
And but your Inky is sort of pointing towards one. It's got these it's got a very large looking feel to it, thick lumber, just the bare bark of the wood,
columns.
exposed beams and columns.
Oh.
And on the front of it writes the Philosopher's Lounge.
Do you want to go there, buddy? All right. And I'll go over there. I'll let him off and follow him.
Okay.
Little octopus boy. Oh, you're so awesome. I'm going to put so many modifications on you. Freaking cannon in your face. Yeah.
As it hears you saying that, it does laps around you, and each time it comes up and rubs up against your leg.
Oh.
Sprint and follow it. Yeah.
Inky. Sprints over.
We'll go in a couple circles and run into the store.
And the door's locked.
Shit. It's locked, buddy. Is there an actual lock? It's like a door with a lock.
Yeah. Well, you kind of see from there's little windows on the front, but the blinds behind the doors are clearly blocking them. But yeah, it's one fairly large door, and it doesn't seem like there's a traditional keyhole of sorts, but it does not push open. And even Inky is kind of bouncing off of it, trying to nudge it.
All right, buddy, let's break in. Yeah. I'm proficient with thieves' tools too.
Oh, very
can
interesting.
I say Inky has a little on his face that kind of goes in and kind of matches the hole and tries and breaks in.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
So go ahead and give me that roll.
And I think my proficiency is doubled whenever I roll with a tool I'm proficient with. So my proficiency is 10.
God damn.
Now, what's the roll, my good man? Sorry.
Well, it's thieves' tools, so you're only adding your proficiency, right? Or
Yes.
do you add dex as well to that?
No, I think just my proficiency.
Yeah. And Shira, what did you get for yourself?
I got 19.
19. Okay.
You
So
know
yeah,
what?
you creep over to the side and you hear.
But what do I see is
And you
more.
peek and you see a dwarven lady tied up, gagged, and with like a big strip of leather kind of tied around her mouth and face. And
Do I
she's
recognize them?
she's just like pinned to the corner and like can't move at all. She's sort of just like wiggling and struggling.
Do I recognize the face? Or.
You do not.
Okay. All right. With or against the resistance?
Oh, you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's kind of like.
Okay. Shake your head once if yes for resistance. Shake your head no. Okay.
He's like shaking like violently.
That's all I needed to know. I figure out if there's a way for me to open that spell.
You have a ring of keys.
That's it, but it's magical. Wait.
No, so there's a ring of it's a big ring, right? And on the ring there are 6 keys and 1 little green stone.
Oh, so that 1 green stone itself.
Yeah.
Okay,
The green stone is for the teleporter. There are 5 cells, but 6 keys.
All right, so we're just gonna do the classic trying to find the key. Which one could it be? Let's try each one of them. So I kind of just mentioned, wait a minute, I have no idea which one of these is it.
Yeah, and you're
yeah, just it's okay.
You take the key out and you look, and there's no keyhole on the cells.
Oh.
There's just sort of like the bars, like the 2 separate portions that like meet up together, and then there's just sort of like a metallic.
I look around for a panel.
Flat metal, like where the keyhole should be, and there's no keyhole.
I look around for a panel if maybe there's another place where you're supposed to go and put the keys, you know? Like some place that has maybe like, I don't know.
Yeah, you look around, you don't see anything. It really is like, it's like there should be a keyhole here, and there's no keyhole.
What's the... this is so complicated. Oh, do you have a keyhole on your side?
And she goes,
This is not helping. I give her, can she use her hands? Like her hands
no,
are
she's
free?
completely tied up. Her hands are like behind her back. She's got
Okay,
ropes around
I
her.
tell her wiggle over here, and I'm gonna cut your ropes or whatever. Yeah, wiggle over here.
And she tries, and she's like in such a position they're like she can't even like flop over, like she's just bound up. Even her legs are bound. So
all right, I am. Should I shoot the crossbow?
When in doubt, shoot. You have a gun.
No.
the whole time she's like.
If only I could read minds.
Can she roll like language or something?
Yeah, can I roll like figuring out
You
body
want to
language?
try to figure out what she's saying? Just I guess perception.
So like, Shira's a linguist, right? So she should get. She should understand.
And I got
inflection
a
of
19
the
plus
grunts.
5, so 24.
19 plus 5.
I'm
But-
really trying to figure out what she's trying to tell me.
Makes like a
Yeah.
chart.
Yeah, you really start listening to what she's saying, and
Like,
you
I'm
can
trying
tell
to
that the way
figure
she's
out the
repeating it
muffles.
over and over, it's like she's trying to tell you something. She's
Uh-huh.
really trying to tell you something. Take your book,
Slower.
you start like writing things down, taking notes, and it goes. Just take the key and touch it to the panel.
Oh
touch
my
it.
god!
Just touch it, goddammit!
I just touched it.
Writing in the notebook, big Jess, touch it. Ah. Put your words together.
What could this all
Never
mean, though?
Shall Shira have to be in the role of key holder? Okay, this cannot be allowed ever
Oh
again.
my god.
I
And so-
can't believe it. So simple.
And you go and you touch it, and it doesn't work. But then you try the other keys.
Yeah,
and
try the
eventually it
other
works. And when one of them
Open
works,
sesame.
beep, beep.
yeah, when one of them works, there's like a little sigil that glows on the key, and then you see the metal kind of like open up, and the keyhole reveals itself.
I swear to God, this magical stupid technology.
I really hope they look like skeleton keys to like add confusion and they're
Yeah,
not
they
like
look
card
like
keys.
old timey freaking
That's
keys,
what
like
I'm
big,
saying.
fat, chunky keys. Yeah.
All right, finally I opened the cell door. Yes, I'm getting to you. I'm sorry. Just this was very confusing, all right? And I'm also really tired. We've been at war for so many days. I don't know when was the last time I slept. I'm cutting her. Yeah, whatever. I cut her arms like so she's straight, and then I go
And
and
she
cut
starts
her.
pulling at the thing.
Yeah, I
Oh
cut it
my
off.
God! Oh, by the gods! Oh, well, that took you long enough.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But
I'm
it's not
done.
that complicated, eh?
I mean, where was the hole? Normally, there's a hole. It's already
Gosh.
convoluted enough with the stupid.
Okay,
ring.
darling, tell me, what's your name?
Shira Stones, yours.
Abigail Pint.
All right, Abigail.
Thank
How
you.
did you end up here?
Oh my gosh, my shoulders. Oh, and she like uses you to prop herself up, and she's like, oh, try to stretch out. Oh, those bastards! I'm going to rip their balls off. Oh, I can't believe
I
they
mean,
tied me
you
up.
and me.
I can't believe it. That tiny little ratty bastard tied me up. I can't believe it. Okay,
Ratty bastards.
I can't be sitting around here. It's been too long. I'm sorry. I have to go. And she
Okay, you're
tries to snatch
claustrophobic.
the
Let's.
keys out of your hand.
Whoa! I'm not letting her to just go ahead with my keys. I freed you. I'm in charge of them. I figured them out now. Okay.
What? Okay. Well, can we go, please?
Yes, we can go. And I go and I lead her to the teleport. I'm in charge. All right. So
Those long
explain me
legs,
who
Didn't think
exactly.
you didn't have to try so hard.
Yes, sure. But just tell me who locked you up here.
Well, it was William.
William. Okay. Do I know William myself, or we didn't meet?
No.
William.
William, the little rat, the guild lord of the alchemist.
Oh, guild lord. Okay, this is a lot easier to
Certainly
understand.
not from around here. Well, no, you said you're part of the resistance.
Yeah.
God,
That's why I
should have
needed
known.
you to clear me in.
I'm working with the resistance too. I'm trying to do as much as I can, really.
Hmm. And so far, that has been. What has your role been so far?
Well, but I've just been trying to gather up all the. I was trying to gather up the guild lords that wanted to put an end to all of this just absolute insanity throughout the city.
The fact that the king wants it closed, specifically?
Well, no, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I want to work with the resistance. We're in a bloody time of war.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yes, we TP. I go on the teleporter, I hold a ring. And I think to myself, this is a lot better than portals, at least. I don't feel like barfing, thank God.
And you appear on the bottom floor.
Albrecht, and we got a new friend.
Hello, Abigail. Nice to meet you. And she goes over and shakes her hand quick. I really can't stand around. I have to go. I'm sorry.
All right, where are we going?
Oh my God! She's standing out in like the entrance, and she's like, "What? What happened here?"
Missed a lot, so that's.
I mean, I heard the noise, but God damn it! Look how many dead people there are.
Right. Well, a lot of them are unconscious.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, that's great.
Well, look, do you want them dead or unconscious?
Unconscious is far better, thank you.
Right. Unfortunately, it seems like one of the guilds here the Deep Eye Guild incited a mob in the city,
Mm-hmm.
made them angry
What?
that they were kept inside the city and were posted with the restrictions from the soldiers of Congress and Hearthforge.
Oh, well, yeah, so it wasn't just the Deep Eye Guild. Oh, just those damned alchemists that started the whole thing. As soon as they wanted to give everyone their new bracelets, oh, I knew something was up. I knew something was up.
The bracelets are brainwashing them, actually.
Yeah,
If you
go
cut
figures.
them off, no, but that's the thing. We can help them. If you find someone with a bracelet, you just need to cut it off, and they snap out of it.
Oh, really? I just punched him.
You should remove the bracelets.
Oh,
So they don't.
well, it
wake
worked
up
anyways,
till-
didn't it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, she
If
kinda
they
looks and
wake
goes,
up, they might still be controlled.
You,
Yeah, well,
you,
punch him
yeah.
again.
you suddenly see her and she goes, oh, no. No, Gemma. And
What's
you see her,
wrong?
she goes out into the square and she goes to the dwarf that had fallen out of the sky.
Hmm.
And she sort
Oh.
of just like
Come out as
drops to her knees in front of it.
Oops.
So, was this someone you knew?
I think
I assume
so.
so.
Well, I didn't necessarily like her, but I never wanted her dead either.
Understandable.
Oh my goodness, oh, I can't look. Oh, it is that golf! Oh my god, the same thing. He didn't deserve it. He really didn't.
All right, I think you really need a drink right now. Albrecht, can you help her? I feel like that might maybe calm the nerves. Anxiety, stress.
Right. At any other point, I would suggest the blind oblivion of alcohol, but there might be some. You're trying to do something at the moment. You're going somewhere.
Well,
Where were you going?
I need to find the other guild members. Maybe Dorwill. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying that. Maybe Dorwill. Maybe Dorwill. Hackthorn is
And-
clearly working with William. I would not be locked up in his jail.
Yeah, we
Hackthorn
kicked
is-
Hackthorn's butt, no worry.
Yes. He came to the desert and he tried to. Well, he attacked our friend. We stopped him. Still alive. But
Apparently, someone put a
indisposed.
bounty on us, and that's why they wanted to.
Bounty?
Yeah.
Well, I'd heard that they'd been passing things around in secret, but I'm terribly, terribly sorry for that on behalf of all the guild lords and all the trouble we've caused you.
Right. I mean, that's not really much about trouble. But this D person,
Mm.
Dorwill?
Dorwell, there you go. Where would he be?
I don't know. Maybe he's dead. Maybe he's dead. Maybe
Does
he's
he have usual
unconscious.
hangouts we can look around for?
Well, we could go to his villa. I mean, she looks down the side of the guild wall, and there's one of the storefronts is called the Solid Arts exhibit. And she looks and goes, it looks closed. I think he'd be out and about if he was there. Oh, I could always go check his house. But, one second, does anyone? Oh, I can't believe they took all my belongings. I'd be able to call one of them right now, but I can't.
Right. We have left the tower, so we would have seen Edmund and Ambro at this point, or are they somewhere else?
Yeah, you look as you're kind of looking along the guild wall, you see Edmund at one of the doors to what
I
did I say?
rolled
The
a
Philosopher's Lounge.
25.
And you got a 25. So yeah, you're inky, kind of like there's no keyhole, so it kind of like it's inky parts wedged between the cracks in the door and start like intricately fiddling with it, and you're sort of commanding it with your magic, and your tools are all embedded into this.
Yeah, I got like my ear to the door, like I'm listening to a safe, and I'm just like, yeah, a little bit to the left, up, do a loop de loop, down a little bit. Come on, dude, what the fuck you doing? Yeah. Shit.
And the
Yeah.
door opens up, and so you guys just see Edmund scurry into the lounge.
Eureka!
gonna
And
yell
then
after
freaking
him.
high five.
Yeah.
Boy, Edmund.
Huh?
What are you doing over there?
Breaking into this place right here.
Oh.
Right.
And I
Would you mind
step in.
passing us the carpet?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm like standing on him as I was listening to the door. And I'll be like, Dr. Uggs, you can go back. And I'll like step off him into the doorway.
Um,
what are you guys doing?
Yeah,
We're trying to
I'm
find
just gonna.
somebody that she knows.
I just want to describe first, though. The carpet is not Dr. Ruggs. It's actually Alberic's magic carpet, so it just
Yeah.
flies out back over to you.
Mhm.
And you also notice that Ambro is trying to open the doors to another building, the one that looks like a barrel that says Sconies on it. And he's trying to open it. He's struggling. But
Ambro.
Abigail does when you guys are all looking at Edmund. Abigail does go. Wait. That's William's down philosopher's lounge. Maybe there's something in there, and she kind of just like runs up to Edmund.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Abigail. And she shakes her hand.
It's, nice to meet you too.
But I'll have Inky shake her hand instead. He'll like reach out.
He doesn't bite. He shoots a little bit, but he doesn't
Uh,
bite.
She pulls out like a little like handkerchief and just like puts it in the palm of her hand and shakes.
Afraid to get greasy. Terrible.
And I'll like walk into the place. I'll take it in, look around. What does the lounge look like?
Does everyone go to meet up with Edmund?
Yeah.
Albert's just gonna go and bust the door open for this the other place first, and then he's gonna go back.
To the bar.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna help him out real quick.
Yeah.
All right. So he's there. He's just like, I just want a drink. And go ahead and make an athletics check.
All right.
Rolls a 2.
But you can roll with advantage because as soon as you start doing it, Ambro like sobers up and puts like all his effort into it with you.
That's good. Athletics is a 27.
27. Fuck yeah. The two of you bust it open. One of the hinges like springs off. The door kind of swings open. And there's a huge bar front that's the first thing you see. There's like 2 stairways on either side that lead up to like a balcony on the top floor that sort of looks out down over a large, it's like a dance floor in the middle. And then there's a bunch of like tables and stuff set up around and the large bar with all manner of drinks on the wall, and also a deliciously like sweet and buttery aroma that just comes and hits you in the face. Ugh.
Butter.
Right, now this door was like this when we got here.
Oh, absolutely. And he looks at you and goes, "Don't I recognize? I've seen you before, haven't I?"
I'm pretty sure you have, yes.
Yes, you're with those resistance members, aren't you?
I might be.
Yeah.
That's a good memory you got.
So it usually fails me. You want to have a drink with me?
I might be going for that food first, but look, it's a quick pit stop. I need to go for that other building there. They might have found something important.
Oh, well, I'm sure they'll find it. Yes. Come. Let's drink. It really does smell good in here, doesn't it? I'm Ambro, by the way.
Albrecht.
Albrecht. I vaguely remember that name, yes. And he goes
I'm
and
sure you do.
he like props himself, like starts planking on the top of the bar and then like rolls over to the other side, falls over, and then grabs a couple drinks.
I just like open up the bar door and walk.
Yeah. And you guys start pouring your drinks. The lounge, though, when you guys walk in, you see a rather quaint, relatively small space. There's maybe only a total of like 8 tables in here. And each table is relatively small. Like there's maybe like 2 max 3 chairs at each table. There's 2 little sections that raise up and have like their own little table with chairs. But there's like a small section on one of the walls that looks like a bar. But instead of having like drinks and stuff, it's just like these little vials with multicolored liquids and stuff, sort of just adorning the wall behind the bar. And there's no stools or anything at the bar either.
Dang, this place is pretty swanky. But Inky, ain't no tech in here, dude. I think you're malfunctioning.
I'll look at him.
Yeah, and he kind of scuttles over to the like quote unquote bar front and hops up onto it, and then just sort of like stares ahead. There's a section. Most of the wall is like covered with these little vials, and as you get closer, you notice that each one sort of has like a little like price tag on it. And these are like really relatively small, but there's like a price tag with like a little name plaque next to it, like the type of liquid that it is. And he's just staring at like a blank portion in the wall.
Oh, yeah, hidden things. Shira, what? Yeah, you down for a little B&E?
Did you call me Sheeran? My male version of myself? Ooh. I come and I investigate.
Yeah, I'll go to that blank spot that Inky's staring at.
Mhm.
I'll put my ear to it, see if I hear any of that tick, tick, ticking.
Okay. So Eddie, can you give me an investigation or an arcana for the for what you're looking at? And Shira, what did you want to investigate?
Oh, it's just because I thought he was showing me the blank spot to help.
Oh
him.
yeah, so you could help him. You can
Okay.
give him advantage.
We'll
I'll
both
give
like
him
Scooby Doo it.
advantage. Yeah,
Both
that's
the finger
it.
on top.
Zoinks.
You know what? Yeah, I'll listen for. I'll do Arcana. I'm looking for the tick more than anything. I figure Shira would do the rest, the nitty gritty. Ooh, that's a nat 20,
Yo.
Oh my
baby.
God.
20.
Holy
After the other.
Oh, clock god. What do you got?
Ooh, okay. So you hear the ticking loud and clear in your mind, and it's all channeling through Inky. Inky walks up, he like hops down off the bar, goes up to the blank space and like kind of inspects it a little bit, and then he kind of like reads something, he like perks up and then looks towards the wall, and he starts like spitting out ink at certain sections, marking like a select 4 vials on the wall.
Oh, I read you loud and clear, buddy. It's there. The big hoo-ha, the big cheese. Ah, yeah.
I get like really excited, start like
What did you
grabbing
figure
random
out?
things.
There's something here. Inky marked the spot. We just gotta investigate it. Look a little further, dig a little deeper. There's some gears turning. What's that, Inky? Yeah. I know. I'll share with you. I wouldn't not share with you. Yeah. There's something there. Want to check it
Alright
out?
then, lead the way. I'll
Yeah, well,
listen out.
Shira, you see the ones that have been marked. They're like, it's got a little inky substance splashed
Oh,
against
okay,
each
I
of the
can
vials.
visually see the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Smash it.
Oh well, I turn to our guests and be like,
Yeah. You know anything? Sorry, I'm Edmund, by the way. I don't think we met. I didn't say my name. I just shook your hand. Do you know anything about this place?
Well, are you talking to me or to Shira?
Not
to
to
you.
you.
Oh, no, we have never met before. No, I don't come here often. They come here and they get all messed up with whatever these concoctions are that William whips up. I try to stay away. But I know that he has a back room in there someplace.
Oh, well, I guess this is the back room. I
Oh.
guess
I'm like, I'll turn to Inky. I'm like,
do I smash it? Do I go through Inky?
And he sort of like goes up, and they're all pretty high up on the wall, some of these vials, and he's like hopping and like jutting his face towards
Okay,
them.
I'll
like,
just take them off.
okay.
I'll take the 4 marked bottles because I think
Yeah.
I'm tall enough to reach.
You are tall enough. As you reach for one, begin to like pull it off, you notice that the little like metal hook that it's
Mhm.
sort of resting in, it jiggles a little bit, like
Mm.
as you pull out the vial.
Okay.
I'll pull the rest. Secret
Yeah, I'll
switch.
pull the rest.
Secret switch.
It's like a pressure plate thing.
Yeah, and so you take them all off, and you hear in the walls like,
All
and
right.
then the flat panel just kind of like recesses a little bit, and in like several pieces at a time, and then it just sort of all slides away, and it leads into a back room.
Abigail? And I point at open
Ah,
back
scratch Inky.
room.
Oh yes, yes. She goes to the back with you guys. It's kind of like a warehouse. There's rows of clearly labeled shelves of containers with potion bottles of what look to be the same types of liquids that are out on the walls, but these are like full-sized bottles. The other ones were looked like samples almost. And so you see there's several rows of these, and there is a at the back there's like another section that looks like maybe like the whole back wall could maybe open up, like it's like this huge grate of a door. But Inky's going to rush in.
I'll follow him. Well, wait up, little guy.
Yeah, and he sort of like stumbles and he like leaps through one of the shelves to get to like the other side quicker. And you hear him like trip over a few bottles and as they sort of like smash onto the floor.
I'm gonna take his exact path. Like,
yeah, and you start pushing a bunch of containers out of the way and like spilling a bunch of stuff. And then you sort of crawl your way after him. And in one of the shelves at the far back, a few rows up, there's a box that does not look like it has any potions inside. It's sort of closed up. It's a bit smaller than the rest of the boxes.
Oh, and I feel the tick coming from this box.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is. The TikTok means it's the spot.
And I'll like grab it.
Yeah, you pull it out and you open it up, and inside you see this. It's like two little crystals, and they're connected by these thin golden like threads to like a large clockwork contraption at the center.
Oh,
And
mama.
it's slowly like little parts are kind of rotating, and the crystals too sort of move in fashion with the device. You see Abigail go like, "Well, what is that? What are you looking at over there?"
Don't worry about it.
I'll like close the box real fast.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm not worried." She grabs a box and dumps a bunch of potions onto the floor and just shatters them all. Throws the box and grabs another one, just starts dumping it, making a mess.
What are these
Yeah.
potions exactly? They are.
I don't know.
Could they be used for resistance, fighting back against them, maybe? Before you destroy everything?
No, I'm going to make sure that he loses all his money.
Okay.
Damn you for tying me up. You ratty little bastard.
You know what? I respect it.
Can I try and like sneak away while they're like concentrated on smashing these things so I can like check this thing out in private like a
Sure.
squirrel? Kind of like find a little nook behind somewhere in the lounge. So
Ooh. Don't need no prying eyes on this beautiful gears.
Yeah, I mean you can kind of scuttle off to a little corner, but whether Shira sees you or not is kind of up to Shira. Do you want-
Perception check.
Yeah, you want to? So Abner, give me a little stealthy stealth. To
I
see
am
if you...
not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so greasy.
You leave a trail everywhere you go.
Ooh, 21.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh,
So I roll perception?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're good. I got 12.
No.
You're hidden.
Yeah. So you scuttle
Inky's,
off
like
in
doing
the
a little
commotion.
dance for a second. Like, get away.
I think I'm too focused on the woman just
Yeah,
going
smashing
mayhem.
things.
Yeah. In the middle of it, she hands you a box, Shira.
Oh.
She's like, "Here, there you go. And then she kind of like goes into one of the long rows and grabs it and like starts whipping it down like the entire length of this little storage section. One of them kind of like ignites in flames. It's like,
Oh,
my goodness,
boy.
he's feeding that to people. I cannot believe it.
Okay.
Throwing it.
You know what? I'm gonna support this woman. I'm handing her the bottles from the box. Here you go.
But take some out.
Women's wrongs.
You know, it's really good for getting rid of the stress.
I already do that a lot. I do target practice, bow and arrow.
And the two of you will continue for a little while while Edmund is fiddling
no
with his little
worries.
device. This is it's been made by another artificer, you can tell. And it's giving you the resonation of whatever like machine deity that you worship. Or that gives you your powers. So it echoes that ticking, and it's coming from it. You know that it is a magical machine. To discern its purpose, though, I will ask you to make a tools check on it.
Ooh. Do I get to double my proficiency with that?
Yeah, so I mean, you would use whatever tools that you use on your own artificery, and yeah, if that applies, if that feature applies, you can double your proficiency.
Yeah, I guess it would be like Tinkerer's tools. And it would be through Inky at this point. He's like my little dude right now. I think
maybe
what
he
I'll,
like opens his little mouth hole and he's just like,
what I'll do is I'll like take my goggles off and I'll like put them on Inky. And I'll kind of like switch up his mode.
As you put them on, they kind of like they recess into his face a little bit, and then they like fill up with ink. And you can't like even see like his eyes or whatever. They just like fill up and glisten a little bit, and his configuration changes.
All right, activate analysis, Inky.
Scratch his head.
Let's see what this bad boy does. Someone else's filthy artificer myths made this. Yeah, see if they know their freaking gears from their cogs.
Yeah. And I'll check her out. So that'll be a 20 plus 10. Ooh, that's 15.
15. Okay. So Inky kind of sort of like the device gets placed in his little mouth hole and it begins to like spin. And he's like analyzing. And you hear the little ticking of your deity. Then it stops and he just sort of spits it out. And you're flooded with the relaying of information. Unfortunately, Inky is unable to discern the exact purpose of the device, but you are able to tell that the device is currently active, and it's active and like ongoing. It's like working. It's doing its specific objective. Whatever magical purpose that this device is meant to do, it is currently actively doing.
Does it say who made it?
It does not say who made it. With a 15, you can't tell. You would normally be able to, and so you can kind of tell that like whoever put this together is maybe kind of a decent enough artificer to hide their
tracks.
Their tracks, yes. Their imprint.
This person's pretty good. It's pretty good. Or maybe I'm just having a shit day. Man. But it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Do I know some sort of way to shut it off?
Yeah. If you want, Inky can shut it off for you.
Oh, shit. Could he turn it back on? I don't know.
Yeah, he can turn it back on.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah. I'll shut it off and put it back in the box and hold that with me now and then like wait to see. And I'll be like, all right, Inky, we're going to see if something changes. So keep your eyes peeled. And I'll scratch his head.
Yeah, so you turn it off. The device slows until it completely comes to a still. And those little like golden, these are like physical strands, like little wires of gold that have been almost like welded onto the crystals. They just kind of like go limp and like fall off when the device turns off.
Oh.
And so like
Weird.
you have them, they're still solid, and maybe just like put them in the box.
Yeah. Put it back in the box, and I'll carry it in the box.
Okay. And and I think that you had this when you had connected with the voice of your deity.
Mhm.
It was like echoing, it was guiding you to this location, but it was also it was like echoing out. And now it's sort of just completely quieted down. You don't hear it anymore.
Mm. Oh, this thing's important. I'm gonna figure you out.
And I'll kind of keep that to myself. I don't know if I have like a little.
I'll be like, I need a little sack or something.
I'll look around, covered in grease, and then I'll walk. I'll walk back into the room.
I'll be like, all right, guys, let's get out of here. There's nothing here.
Yeah, you walk past and they do
You wanna
have
break some bottles?
there's like some bags, some little tote bags that you find.
Ah, sweet.
I'll take a tote bag.
Yeah,
and
and
put
it's got
the
like
boxes.
the emblem of the guild, the alchemist guild,
Oh,
on the front of it.
Strap myself, put Inky on my shoulder.
I'll be like, break what?
just whatever potion bottles are here. We have
Oh.
no idea what they are, but
Well, Shara, thank you. I think I'm good now, though. All these fumes, they're getting to my head. I need to get out of here. I absolutely dread this place.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'd rather take a box.
are
That'd be
there
pretty fun.
any intact, or they're all?
There's still some. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a box. I'll be like,
All right, let's get the fuck out of here, dudes.
All right.
Yeah.
So you grab a box. There are 6 potions in it. The boxes are organized and labeled. So out of like the rainbow, what color do you want?
Ooh.
Green.
Okay. So you pick up a box with green potions.
Sweet.
The most efficient one.
I just like green.
Yeah. And there is a label on the box that reads ethereal transfusion.
Oh Jesus!
Sounds pretty cool. Could do a lot of cool stuff with that.
Like,
I don't know, maybe make some sort of ray when like you press it. It makes things ethereal, or maybe kind of like a portal. that
okay,
we could
I
shove
just
things
realized this
into.
is gibberish to me.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't ask, dude.
No, that's why I realized I should have.
Like,
got
if you're gonna
that.
ask me about some gears, I'm gonna tell you how they turn.
Yes, that's why I just don't think I understand your language yet, but I'll figure it out one day. I'll decode it for myself.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out too.
And as you guys try to figure it out, before we end off the session, I would like to move over to Albert quick, having a drink. You find that there are back doors to a kitchen, and it's part kitchen, but mostly it's part bakery. And there are magical ovens and stovetops and things just all going, and there's not a single chef or baker in the back in the kitchen, but everything is just on and working. All the pots are boiling, the ovens are on, dings are going off, things are sort of like flipping from one to the other, and there's just food being made, all being placed onto this large center island. And as trays come out of the oven, they sort of levitate over to the center and then get distributed into like packagings, and the packagings close up and with ribbons and bows get put up, and they go underneath into some sort of space below the island that just gets dropped down into it.
I feel like this is cheating. But what say you we confiscate one of those trays?
Oh yes, oh those over there, they smell divine. Oh, I'm pouring you some ale, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh, Ulbrich, and he comes over to you and hands you a mug, a tall mug.
I'll hand him whatever was on the tray that I took.
Yeah. So you grab the tray, and I mean, you just grab it, but it's not even hot. Like these things just came out of the oven and they're not. It's like not even. It's like
They're
cool to
cool.
the touch. You grab it, and on it there's 24 of these like apple crumble type cupcakes, cinnamony and sweet. The tops are perfectly glazed and like caramelized over, just hardened enough. And although the tray is cold, when you touch the cupcake, it's like fresh out of the oven. It's still hot. There's beautiful wisps of cinnamony smell coming off them, like it was some sort of cartoon. Ambro just sort of grabs one and takes a bite of it. Goes, oh, that is divine. Oh, but Albrecht, I wanted to ask, are you here with the rest of your resistance friends?
I'm here with a few of them. Yes.
Oh, well, what about Jacques?
Unfortunately,
That hurts, man.
during the fight we had at Hearthforge,
Oh, right, he was wounded.
and he is no longer with us.
Oh, far worse. Oh,
And
and he just drinks his
it was
fill.
it was hard for a lot of us. I might not want to bring it up around some of the others.
Slams the mug down and he goes, that one's for Jacques. And now for me. And he pours another one. Slams it down. He goes, oh, I saw a lot in Jacques. What a shame. There was a lot I wanted to teach him, actually. He seemed...
He had his opinions, but he was a good man.
very good, yes. Ah, terrible, terrible. Please. And he pours you a second mug and hands it to you. And he goes, drink one for him as well. Though I'm sure you already have. But
Yeah.
another never hurts.
Up and down it. Look, I've been meaning to ask. I wasn't able to ask Rockern, but you've had the King's ear. What's been going on with him?
King's been quite busy ever since his you-know-what.
Right.
Yes. He's been hard at work. You see, from what I understand, is that whatever black iron we have left, well, that's it. That's all we've got. And so he vowed to take it on himself. Oh, take it on himself to build the most great weapons ever. So he's been forging non-stop, day and night, ever since his transformation. But shh, don't tell anyone.
Has he retained his skills since that event? I don't know what reincarnation really does to someone.
I would not even dare to question it. I'm sure that he is still just as skilled as ever. Though manning those machines, the great hammers that he used to wield, that would be much more difficult with his smaller stature.
I'm sure. At this point, has anyone been seeing these weapons he's been churning out? Or have they all been...
Well, I mean, I'm confident in his abilities. But no, I have not seen. If anything, Gisela has, his other captain. I'm sure that... yes, I'm sure they're coming along well.
All right. And so, are you here to reinforce the soldiers here?
That was the plan. I just felt like getting on a boat. It had been a very long time.
Right, why don't your dwarves know how to swim if they're on boats?
Well, they're all just too stubborn. And when you grow in a mountain, well, you don't really spend much time around water.
Then at least have some floaties or something.
It's a good idea. I just forgot to pack them. Yeah, it was my responsibility, but I was too busy packing the rum onto the ship.
Look, if you just change the containers of your flasks, they might be able to float as well.
Well, brilliant idea, Albert. And we should discuss it on another round of drinks. And with that, we are going to end today's session. Thank you so much for playing another episode of The Eye's End. Holy
So good.
Me with Lori's on the background.
EXP. Everybody gets 5,000 XP.
Wow!
Ooh-wee.
including Lyria. You
Oh.
have to watch this.
Only if you watch it.
Only if you watch it. Nobody tell him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They will
nobody-
only get it
No,
if they
no.
watch the stream till the end.
Good job, everyone.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next Tuesday, and we'll pick up with this same format. We'll start with, well, we'll see who we start with, but we'll jump between the two groups, Taurus and Misha and the others.
Xanabin.
Sounds good.
Freaking Xanabin.
Oh.
What the heck?
Okay, a little fucked up, but you know, I mean,
Yeah.
not that bad, right? Not that bad.
You'll have some time to plan.
Yep.
Yeah. And this Thursday we have the Chittering Woods, hosted by none other than Shadim. So come and join us for some spooky enchanted forest goodness.
Yes, sir. It probably won't be 2.5 hours of combat this time.
Oh, but I love
But-
combat.
Or it could be. Who knows?
Let's do
Some
it.
people's cup of tea.
Just attack all the animals.
I'm
no druid.
Bananas.
All right. So you guys can, everyone watching, you can find us on all the socials. We're on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and of course Twitch. And yeah, our VODs go up on YouTube, so if you ever miss them or you want to catch up, you can watch them there. And until next time, we're the Hexagon and we're Hexagon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.